Hello and welcome to the lecture series on economics of growth and development. In the previous class, we have seen the general characteristics of developing countries or underdeveloped countries as well as the economic characteristics of underdeveloped countries. In today's class, I'll be talking about the technological characteristics of underdeveloped or developing countries. So let's get started. The first point is outdated technology. So old and outdated machines makes the process of production really slow, and hence it is really difficult to get good yields of output. There's something called as economies of scale and size, but since the process is slow and outdated machinery is being used, then you cannot reap economies of scale. So as a result, the output which you are going to get is going to be lesser. So this is again an hindrance to the process of economic growth and economic development, and hence a characteristic of the underdeveloped or developing countries. Let us now move to the next point, which is lack of capital. Since there is low saving rate in most of the developing countries or least developed countries, therefore as a result there is lesser investment per se, and when there is lesser savings as well as investments, then obviously there will not be any capital formation, because savings is the basic requirement for capital formation, and when that is not there, then the entire cycle of savings which are from the household coming to financial institutions, and then financial institutions are lending it to the firms which are using it as an investment to expand and probably increase their output and increase their employment. This entire chain is being blocked, or it is being cut off because of lack of capital formation or lack of savings per se. So this is again another point which is a hindrance as far as the technological characteristics of underdeveloped countries are concerned. Lack of capital. Now this lack of capital can be in terms of both finance as well as machinery. So both the senses. In machinery, I talked about it in outdated technology, therefore I am not repeating it here, but this is again a problem as far as the underdeveloped economies are concerned. Let us now move to the next point, which is poor research and development. There is little attention given to research and development in most of the developing countries, because you already have underlying issues like malnutrition, health issues, then you have illiteracy and all of that. So it is really difficult to allocate funds for research and development, and because of that, what happens is there is no innovation per se and no development in the existing technology itself. Forget about inventing something new and helping the country to grow. So this is again a problem as far as the research and development is concerned, and this is a characteristic of the developing countries. So let us now move to the next point. I hope this idea is pretty much clear. Poor skills. Now poor skills are again a problem associated with most of the developing countries, and because of this, why technology? It is a technological characteristic, because for example, say we are getting a technology transfer from a developed country, but what happens is, since you do not have the proper skills which are required to operate a machinery which you have got for free in terms of technology transfer from a developed country, what effectively happens is you cannot use it efficiently, meaning thereby you cannot increase the output on that scale which you would have done it if you would have got a proper skill with your human resource. So poor skills are technically, in that sense I'm talking about it, poor skills are somewhere down the line hindering my technology, and as a result it is a technological characteristic of developing countries. Let us now move to something which is very important, which is called as brain drain. Now brain drain, why it is an important characteristic? Because what effectively happens is you have the proper skills, you know the current technology and everything else, but what you are effectively doing is you are studying in India and then you go abroad and you work for some firm or some country, and therefore the contribution which you could have made to India, you are not going to do it in this country. So this is again a problem which is brain drain. Let us now move to something called as high dependence on developed countries. Now that high dependence, I told you in the previous classes when I was talking about general characteristics, it is in terms of capital, it is in terms of technology, it is in terms of foreign aid, it is in terms of exports per se. So there are different ways in which you are dependent upon energy per se, you are dependent upon the developed world. So this is again a technical problem, because see, for example, you have petroleum, but you do not have the technology to extract the crude oil, and therefore there's a problem. Then you have to depend upon some other country for your oil requirements. India has around 80% of its dependence on oil on other countries. So this is again a problem. This is dependence. This is a technical problem. I'm talking about this in technical sense, because you do not have the right technique to extract the oil, therefore you have to depend upon someone else for the energy requirement. So this is how you look at high dependence on developed world for various things in terms of technological characteristic of developed countries. So I hope the idea of technological characteristics of developing countries is pretty much clear. Please stay tuned. Thank you.